there, and welcome to Red Ice Creations Radio. Before we are going to tune in to our program with Ralph Ellis, we are going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Beyond Knowledge conference in Liverpool, England. And we have Dave Truman, the man behind the conference, with us on the line here today to give us a few details and also talk a little bit about the speakers that will be attending. And this is going to be a very fun event and interesting also. So it's good to have Dave with us today to tell us more about it. Hi, Dave. Good to have you with us.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Excellent. I'd love to know a little bit more about the conference. So if you will, give us a little bit of overview, if you will, when, where, how, and so on.
Yes, it's a Beyond Knowledge conference. It's what we're calling it an International Esoteric Science Conference, and it's taking place in Liverpool on the 3rd and the 4th of May this year, which is a little less than a month's time from now.
And tell us a little bit about some of the speakers that will be attending the conference.
Yeah, well, we have Michael Tsarian coming to speak, Ralph Ellis, who you've already mentioned, and various people as well from the United States. Ken Thomas is coming, who is the founder of Steam Shovel Press and publishes Paranoia magazine in the States. David Hatcher-Childress, who's a friend of mine, he's coming to speak on Atlantis and the ancient power system of the gods. David Griffin is coming. He's from the UK. He heads up Exopolitics UK, the UK branch of Exopolitics. We also have Ian R. Crane, who was involved with the 9/11 Truth Movement in Britain, but he talks. He's a wonderful speaker, and he's going to be talking on a wide range of topics, linking them together.
Any activities, so to speak, between speakers? What's going to happen there, Dave? Tell us about it.
Yes, well, in the evening we're going to have some music from local musicians who want to come along and play. So there'll be entertainment in the evening for people attending the conference. And that will also give people a chance to mingle and sort of swap ideas and get to know each other as well, because it isn't just about being talked at by the speakers. I think everybody wants to be able to share things. In addition to that, my shop, Urban Myths in Liverpool, will have a stall there selling books and other resources, as well as an Adventures Unlimited Press stall in the conference. And there will be also other artists and local craft shops, independent traders, who will be selling their wares and goods as well, many of which will be of interest to the people attending the conference, I'm sure.
The particular speakers that you did invite, there's a kind of a connection between them, or how did this come together, so to speak?
Yes, I mean, it was almost by a process of serendipity that the conference came together, actually. And it started, actually, we've also got Jerry E. Smith, sorry for forgetting about him. It started when I was exchanging emails with Jerry, and he asked me if I knew of any good conferences in the UK that he could speak at, because he just published his latest book, Weather Wars, Weather Warfare, and I'd made a few inquiries, and everybody was booked up in advance. So I said half-jokingly to him that perhaps, we could run our own conference.
Right.
And then the whole thing started to snowball from there. I was already communicating with Michael Tsarian, because I have a lot of people who come in my shop, which is called Urban Myths in Liverpool, asking for Michael's books and materials.
Right.
So I basically asked him, and then he asked me if he knew if I knew of any good conferences in the UK. So I thought, well, there's two speakers to start with, and I knew David Childress already, and he was willing to get involved, and he was coming to the UK anyway at that time, and so the whole thing just really took off from there.
Very good. And have there been any, or are there any similar events in the Liverpool area?
No. I mean, this is unique, really. This is the first time that anything has happened, certainly in the Liverpool area, for many, many years, with these kinds of subjects, and with this caliber of speakers.
So people that are interested in attending the conference, tell us a little bit about where people can buy tickets and also exactly where it's going to be and how people can get there and so forth.
Right, yes. Well, the conference is going to be in the Sefton Park district of Liverpool, which is south of the city. It's about 3 miles from the city centre, but it's very easy to get to by train and bus and so on. And you can buy tickets either by going online and going to the conference website. The address of that is www.beyond-knowledge.co.uk, and you can buy your tickets online there. Or, if you want to, you can telephone this phone number and order online at my shop. The number is 44, which is the code for the UK, 151 708 9859. Alternatively, you can write to me at my PO Box address, which is PO Box 1257, Liverpool L691AJ.
Take the address again and also the phone number again for people.
Yes. The telephone number is 44, which is the international code for the UK, 151 708 9859, and the PO Box address is PO Box 1257, Liverpool L691AJ.
Brilliant. And also again the website there is beyond-knowledge.co.uk. And are there like places nearby that people can hook up that want to stay for the entire event?
Yes. If you go to the website, there's a comprehensive list of local hotels and guest houses, bed and breakfasts, and other accommodation in the area. There's also a link through to the Liverpool Accommodation and Booking Services, so they will find you a room if all of the local hotels in the immediate area are booked up.
Excellent. And also, of course, all the details on the schedule and so forth is on your website, right? So people can.
Everything is on the website. Yes. I've had to do this almost single-handedly up until now. I have a few friends helping me, so I've had to use the website really as a means of cutting down on sort of writing letters to people and printing out lots of documents.
Absolutely. And what is it now? It's only about 1, 2, 3 weeks, something like that left. So would you encourage?
It's just over 3 weeks away. So ticket sales are really speeding up at the moment.
They are.
So if people are interested and they want to come, I advise them to book in advance.
Exactly. Yeah, very good. So you can have a chance to come over there and see some of these nice speakers that will be attending. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's going to be nice. Myself and Fredrik, of course, going to be over there too. So it's going to be very nice hooking up with you guys over there. Going to be
Indeed,
lots of fun.
Yes, I'm looking forward to meeting you both.
Definitely. So, I mean, is there anything else that you'd like to mention regarding the conference or that people should know that want to attend?
Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting day, and we hope, all of us who are now involved with planning and organising it, that this will be the first of maybe a series of events.
Nice.
We're doing this because we think that this kind of knowledge should be disseminated and spread more widely. And we all think that we're going through a sort of waking up period in the history of the Earth at the moment.
Right.
And this is really, I suppose, our small contribution to that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's, as far as I know, there aren't that many of these kinds of events, either in Britain or for Europe, for that matter. It seems to be very, active in America, of course, but it's very nice to see some of this popping up in Europe, and that's why we want to also highlight this and encourage this on our program,
Yes, absolutely.
One more time, Dave, give us the website address so people can find all the details.
Yes, it's www.beyond-knowledge.co, that's .co.uk.
Brilliant. Okay, so with that, thank you very much, Dave, for coming on and sharing that with us. And again, I'm looking forward to very much hooking up with you guys. It's again the 3rd to the 4th of May, so we'll be seeing you there.
Okay, and thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave. Up next on the program, we have Ralph Ellis. Welcome to Red Ice Creations Radio. This is Henrik Palmgren. Good to have you with us. Thank you for tuning in. We are recording this program from Sweden in Scandinavia, but wherever you are around the world, you can find us online at our website, redicecreations.com, REDICE creations.com. Glad to have you here. Hope you're settled in for an interesting program. We have scholar, author, and researcher Ralph Ellis back with us on the program today. Ralph has a new book coming out in April called King Jesus, From Cam, Egypt to Camelot. And this book resolves the biggest secret and international conspiracy of all time, the true origins of Christianity, that King Jesus of Judea was King Arthur of England. And Ralph is always looking into new and controversial areas, and his research is brilliant, so this is going to be fascinating diving into this subject here today. The website that you can take a look at, Ralph's website, is edfu-books.com, edfu-books.com, where you can read much more and get a hold of Ralph's latest and previous books. Ralph is also going to attend the Beyond Knowledge Conference in Liverpool, England, at the beginning of May, and we'll talk much more about that later, so do stick around. So it's a pleasure having you back on the program, Ralph. Thank you for coming on again.
Thanks very much for inviting me, Henrik. It's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Good to have you with us. And, let's dive into it right away and get a little bit of background, I guess, on this story, Ralph. King Jesus and King Arthur, were they the one and the same? If you look at some of the mythology, of course, there are certainly hints leading in this direction. And Ralph, was it the case that you first set out to confirm that St. Paul or Saul actually was Josephus Flavius, but in the process a much bigger story opened up?
Yes, it did. It was quite a development. I was writing a book on St. Paul, or Saul as he's known in the New Testament, which is interesting in itself. I'm trying to find the historical person called Saul. Who was he really in the historical record? Because, this is important because this is the guy who created Christianity. Of course, Christianity has nothing to do with Jesus at all. It was a creation by Saul, or St. Paul, about the life of Jesus, but it was actually written by Saul. So this is a very important person. He created Christianity single-handed. And so I was researching his historical past, who he could be in the historical record. And I've confirmed to my satisfaction that he was indeed he was Josephus Flavius, the historian.
Well, that's opens up a can of worms, because so much of the references today, the external, not from the biblical sources itself, yes, comes from Josephus,
Yes, that's right. All of the historical sources about the first century, about sort of the events that sort of circumnavigated around the New Testament, were all written by Josephus Flavius. And so to find that this same chap was in fact Saul as well, that's St. Paul, and that he wrote or was the editor behind the Gospels and also behind the Pauline letters, the epistles that form the bulk of the New Testament. Yes, as you say, that's quite a development, because it gives us a historical look at who this guy was and what his goals were. And of course, Josephus was not a very nice character, really. He was a Jewish trade